Snakes are silent, deadly creatures capable of striking before you even blink. Each year, over 5.5 million people fall victim to their bites, some of which are caught on camera. Imagine facing one of these terrifying moments firsthand. How fast would you react? In the world of venomous reptiles, danger is always lurking, and sometimes it strikes when you least expect it. Whether it's a seasoned shaman handling a king cobra or a curious tourist getting too close for comfort, the unpredictability of snake attacks is chilling. The venom in these creatures' fangs can kill within minutes, and even experienced handlers aren't immune. Today, we're exploring some of the most shocking and tragic snake encounters ever filmed. From the fatal mistake of an Indonesian shaman to a grandmother's terrifying close call with a python, these real-life incidents will make you rethink what it means to be at risk. Stay with us as we explore these heart-stopping moments caught on tape. 6. The snake charmer's misfortune. Snake charmers are often seen as fearless performers, handling venomous snakes with apparent ease. However, their bravery sometimes comes with a high price, especially when things go wrong. A 35-year-old snake handler in Brazil had been performing with a king cobra, one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. This snake, known for its aggression and potent venom, is capable of killing multiple humans in one strike. The handler, experienced and confident in his skills, had done numerous performances with snakes before. But during this particular performance, disaster struck. The king cobra, which had been calm throughout the routine, suddenly turned aggressive. In the blink of an eye, it lunged at the handler and bit him on the arm. The venom from the bite quickly began to spread through his body, and within minutes, he collapsed to the ground. His team rushed him to the nearest hospital, where doctors immediately put him on life support. Despite their best efforts, the damage was severe, and the snake charmer remained unconscious for several days. The venom from the bite caused intense pain and widespread damage. It wasn't until after 3 long days on life support that he regained consciousness. Fortunately, he survived, but the incident left permanent damage to his body. In the days following, the venom caused painful burn-like wounds on his skin. Though he was saved due to immediate medical attention, the event serves as a harsh reminder of the dangers involved in handling venomous snakes. It's not enough to have experience. One misstep can be fatal. This incident should serve as a lesson to those who think they can safely handle venomous creatures. A snake's behavior is unpredictable, and even the most experienced handlers cannot anticipate when a seemingly calm snake will become aggressive. For anyone who plans to work with dangerous animals, especially snakes, it's important to be prepared with the right medical supplies and never underestimate the threat they pose. Always have proper training and equipment at hand. 5. A cat saves the day. In rural parts of India, snakes are common, often slithering into homes in search of food or shelter. Rajesh Barve and his wife lived in a house that was regularly visited by snakes. They had already had their share of scares with slithering guests, but one day, their pet cat helped save the day. It had always been quick to spot intruders and would alert its owners when something unusual was happening. One day, as Rajesh and his wife went about their routine, the cat began hissing and acting strangely near their shoe rack. Rajesh moved the shoes to investigate, and that's when they discovered a dangerous cobra coiled up behind the rack. This was no small snake. It was a venomous cobra that had managed to sneak into their home unnoticed. Family immediately called for a snake handler. The snake was agitated and became even more aggressive once the handler attempted to approach it. The cobra struck multiple times, each attack narrowly missing the handler. The professional finally managed to get a grip on the snake, but he had to temporarily release it to find a jar large enough to contain it. As the handler tried again to subdue the cobra, it unfurled its hood and struck once more. Thanks to the handler's experience and quick thinking, he was able to finish the job. The snake was safely contained and eventually taken to a shelter. Rajesh and his wife were able to breathe a sigh of relief. The family's cat, which had earlier been hissing and alerting them to the snake's presence, had no doubt saved them from a dangerous situation. This story highlights the importance of staying vigilant when you live in areas where snakes are common. It's easy to forget that snakes can slither into your home when you least expect it. Rajesh's family had lived with this constant threat, but their cat provided the first line of defense. If you live in a snake-prone area, always ensure that windows, doors, and other openings are sealed tight to prevent these reptiles from sneaking in. Also, having an experienced snake handler on speed dial can make all the difference in emergencies. Fourth, the shaman's final performance. Nek Tadong was an Indonesian shaman, famous in his small village for handling deadly animals without any fear. Sadly, his last act was captured on video in 2020. He had captured a king cobra and prepared a show for his neighbors. As usual, he started handling and spinning the cobra, smiling at the audience. But things soon took a dangerous turn. After the snake's first spin, Tadong had to catch it when it tried to bite his face. Unfortunately, the snake managed to twist and bite his wrist. Some of his enthusiastic audience screamed in fear. Tadong pretended to scold the cobra as villagers came to help him clean the wound, but he insisted on continuing. Seconds later, the increasingly furious snake struck him directly in the face. Despite the injury, Tadong finished his performance, but 2 hours later, he began to feel very ill. At the hospital, doctors administered an anti-venom, but unfortunately, it was too late. The venom flooded his bloodstream, and Nek Tadong was pronounced dead. Even people accustomed to handling wild animals can get killed by them, so never attempt to do so without proper training and equipment. 3. The nightmare in Bangkok. In 2019, a 75-year-old woman in Bangkok had the shock of her life when a python found its way into her home. The snake, which likely entered through the bathroom pipes, quietly slithered into her bedroom while she slept. At first, the woman didn't notice the intruder, but as she moved in her sleep, her foot brushed against the snake, causing it to strike. The woman was immediately bitten in her sleep, though at first, she didn't realize the severity of the situation. It wasn't until she woke up and saw the python coiled by her bed, ready to strike again, that she realized something was terribly wrong. Fortunately, she managed to escape the room and call for help. The snake, which had likely been seeking a cool place to rest, was captured and removed from her home. Experts believe the python had entered through the bathroom pipes, making it a reminder to always be cautious, even in seemingly safe spaces like your bathroom. While the woman escaped with only minor injuries, it's important to note how quickly a harmless situation can turn into a nightmare. Snakes are stealthy creatures that can enter homes without notice, so always check areas like bathrooms and bedrooms for potential hazards. This incident also highlights the need to remain calm in dangerous situations. The woman could have panicked, but she managed to stay composed and escape the snake's strike. It's important to stay calm and act quickly when faced with dangerous wildlife. If you live in an area prone to snake encounters, having a plan in place for such emergencies can make all the difference. 2. The dangerous stunt gone wrong. Arteval. Duarte, a Brazilian environmental activist known as the Ninja of Serpents, regularly performs daring stunts with snakes to raise awareness about deforestation in the Amazon. One of his most famous stunts involved putting the head of a massive python into his mouth while balancing a tarantula on his tongue. Although the tarantula behaved as expected, disaster struck when the python decided to fight back. During the stunt, the python bit him on the face. Though pythons aren't venomous, their bites can still cause significant injury. Duarte was in extreme pain and had to quickly disentangle himself from the snake. Fortunately, he wasn't in immediate danger of dying, but the experience served as a wake-up call. Despite the python's lack of venom, its bite still caused considerable harm. This incident is a stark reminder of the dangers of performing stunts with wild animals. Even if you are an experienced handler, accidents can and do happen. Duarte's stunt, though aimed at raising awareness, could have ended much worse. The python's bite serves as a cautionary tale. Never attempt to handle snakes in such dangerous ways. Wild animals are unpredictable, and their behavior can change in an instant. 1. The too curious tourist. In Thailand, a Chinese tourist decided to get up close and personal with a snake during a park performance. She was invited to kiss a snake, but as she approached, it bit her on the nose. The crowd screamed in panic, and the staff rushed to help her. The woman needed 8 stitches for the bite and was compensated with $3,000. Following the incident, the park announced tourists would no longer be allowed to interact directly with the snakes. This story serves as a reminder that getting too close to dangerous animals can lead to serious consequences. In all these stories, the underlying theme is the unpredictable and dangerous nature of venomous snakes. Whether you are a professional handler, a performer, or a curious tourist, the risk is always present. Training, preparation, and respect for the creatures you're dealing with are essential in preventing these types of incidents. No matter how experienced you are, never underestimate the power and danger of wild animals, especially those capable of delivering venomous bites.